That's my girlfriend, and she has gifted me a few things over the past few months, so I decided to make her something not that creative but using engineering. Hi, I'm Utru, I'm 19 and that's my first YouTube video, so if you're watching you're probably one of my friends and I sent you a link, but I guess we gotta start somewhere, and I want to share with you the process of making a Tamagotchi toy as a gift for my girlfriend. What the fuck is a Tamagotchi, as one of my friends asked me. It's a small digital pet that you take care of. It was released in 1996 in Japan, and you start with a virtual egg that becomes a pet, you feed it, play with it, and if you ignore it, it will sit unhappily or even die. It lives inside small egg-shaped device and it has a few buttons. Now that we know what we're doing, let's start planning. We need a display that's relatively small. I'm using this 1.8 inch TFT display. An Arduino. I'll be using an Arduino Nano because it's very tiny. We'll have a few buttons and a potentiometer because we could make better games with it. And for the box of the Tamagotchi, I only know that I need to be pink, but didn't know what shape I needed. And a few days ago my sister showed me her pen and how cute it looked, so I took it as inspiration and decided to make the Tamagotchi butterfly shaped, and let's see how this turns out. For the box we use my new 3D printer. After GPT told us how to connect the display, I ran a demo and it was working for simple things. It could even show our own images, which is amazing since it adds small personal element to the project. But unfortunately, when I tried using the potentiometer and changing stuff on the screen quickly, I realized the Arduino Nano had a slow processor and refreshing an image on our display was a huge pain. So I switched over to an ESP32 module, which is 10 to 20 times faster, and I also decided on using a joystick instead of the buttons and potentiometer. Then I started tracing all the wires and connections that we had on the working board, and I made a simple PCB design so I could solder it easily later. That's how the PCB turned out, and I got to solder it, and I actually love that part because it's the most practical and it does take hours, but I think the outcome is worth it. I also totally broke my first TSP because I have soldered it the wrong way and it was a huge headache and a few hours were gone for nothing. But overall that was the final soldering result, and I also connected the display and everything was working fine. My first attempt for the 3D model was a disaster. I guess it was just my first interaction with Fusion 360, but after 20 hours of playing around I got the right model. I started from modeling the box itself and making the butterfly wings by editing the meshes later. And here you can see the final version of the butterfly box, and I think this is exactly what we needed, so I printed it. And it came out imperfect with defects on the wings, but the solution here was to just add supports to the 3D print and smooth out the wings, and this time it came out perfect. In the final version I ended up making a few games: Bonk, Flappy Bird, Snake. And I could feed the cat, and I added a few messages as a dialogue. And it was finally time to give the Tamagotchi to her. So on Sunday I took the train to her. I couldn't feel much of her reaction here, but let's say she liked it, and even a few days later she told me that she had beaten my high score on Pong, which just made me happy. Thanks for watching. I hope this video entertained you even a little. I hope to make DIY projects seem more interesting and spark curiosity around them. And lastly, I'm saying this because of my friend Bobby. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.